up in Philadelphia. Here we are. This is kind of awkward that I'm running into you because I was here last year for training camp and you carried me around. You had me on your shoulders. I thought you kissed me at one point and then you never called. So what happened? Oh, we had a baby. Who knew? This is Swoop. You know him. You love him. He's going to bounce because we got lots to do here. Sirianni's making people throw up at camp. Have you thrown up at camp? No, it'd be like the season premiere of Succession. Goodbye. Okay, we are going to have a big show. Devonta Smith, Heisman winner on the program. We will sit down with Coach Nick Sirianni. Who else would I like to talk to? How about Darius Slay? That would be super fun. And I'm missing one. Who am I missing? I said Brandon Graham? Dallas Goedert. Oh, man, I'm going to have to look up the whole time. Here with head coach Nick Sirianni. And, you know, the second I heard you were making people throw up at camp, I had to be here. It sounds like a lot of fun, Coach.
You know, the guys are working really hard out there, and they're pushing themselves. And sometimes when you push yourself, you know, it depends on what you have for breakfast, it can come up.
You're pushing them. And somebody was saying, oh, it's been cloudy, we've had it easy. I'm like, I'm surprised by what I'm reading and hearing that coaches are bringing in like heaters to make it a little warmer out here. Why the adjustment, truly? Why the adjustment in conditioning?
You know, we really want to be a team that plays with great physical toughness, right? And with relentless effort and with high detail. That's part of our core value, our detail, our toughness. And you can't do those things without being in great shape. And so, you know, we're really making a push to do those things, and guys are really working hard to push themselves to, you know, to the limit, knowing that if they're in great shape, their talent can shine.
We love to hear it. I feel like this is a team that was just in the Super Bowl. You got there without the hockey changes and all of that. What is the finessing, the fine line you're walking between going full Sirianni maniac?
Explain that.
I think just like you were just in the Super Bowl without the crazy conditioning. So like, what's like the limit, or like I'm sort of trying to get to why the adjustment. Did it have to do with last year?
Every year you go about different things, and you make adjustments based off of what you think. Sometimes it's scheme, you know, sometimes it's, you know, your conditioning, sometimes it's your culture, and so everything was evaluated. And so, you know, we just thought to ourselves, you know, this is one thing that we need to be able to do and be able to last through the long haul of the season, to have the guys in great physical shape. And like I said, they're working their butts off. We are getting a break a little bit with the clouds and stuff like that.
Heaters, that's a good idea, okay?
I want it to heat up a little bit.
I know you do. Yeah. You're a maniac. We all know this, and we love this about you. But what a welcome wagon for Saquon Barkley to town, huh?
Yeah. Oh man, so excited to have him. So excited to have him, and he's one of the guys that's working the hardest out there, and so excited that he's on our football team.
How does he fit in? This is the cat that can catch the ball. He can run the ball. You know, are Devonta and AJ happy? Are they fighting about touches? What's going on?
No, of course they're happy. Of course the more good players that are around, you know, the less attention that goes to those guys, right? You can only focus so much attention on guys, and it's the best groups of teams that win, not the best groups of individuals. So that he makes our team better. And he fits in, you know, as far as the scheme goes, the play speaks for itself, right? We've all seen how good he's been for the past 6 years, and we're just excited that we don't have to defend him, and he's on our team, right? But also, just as a person, as a teammate, as a leader, he brings so much, and he fits in so well with the guys, and I'm really excited that he's an Eagle, and that, you know, we get his leadership and his play on our field.
It's a lot on Jalen to get them all the ball, to do his thing. I've heard a lot of great things, not things that I'm reading, talking to Eagles in the offseason, about his evolution just as a man, as a quarterback. What would you say is one specific thing that you've noticed that he's evolved even from last year?
He's somebody that just is going to continue to work on everything that he does. And man, there's so many plays out there at camp that I've seen that, you know, his accuracy just being right on, him going with the football right where he needs to go.
85% I read.
Is that what it is?
That's what I read.
Whose stat was
You're
that?
amazing beat reporters in this beautiful city.
Good job, beat reporter.
That's incredible.
It was probably Elliot. Elliot. There you go.
Shout out Elliot.
Yeah, there you go, Elliot. And so he's just had a great camp so far. Now we're early on, but he's worked so hard on his games. He's just relentless worker, right? We want our guys out there to have relentless effort in what they do.
Is that your word this year, relentless?
Relentless? Yeah, I've used that word before, but maybe, I've
read it a lot. You were saying that a lot.
I'm not going to say it a little bit more, yeah. Relentless effort is so key to, you know, so many things in football, and he's got relentless effort in the classroom and on the field, which is what you want from one of your biggest leaders on the team. And, the way he's leading and the way he's playing, I'm so excited for him this season. And I'm so excited to work with him again this season. We've been through ups, we've been through downs as a team. And him and I have been together through those. This is our 4th year together.
Yeah.
So I'm just really excited to continue the relationship with Jalen and continue to get to see him play up close and personal and help him become the best player that he possibly can be.
He threw downfield a lot when I think of this team last year. And then I looked it up, and he threw downfield more than any other quarterback. Is that good or bad?
It depends. I mean, anything extreme, you don't want to be anything extreme, right? This game's a game of balance, right? And so that's not Jalen. Like, that's us as a group. We're, the plays that are being called, the plays that we're calling, the scheme that we're doing. So that's not. You're gonna get stung by a bee.
It's fine.
Okay.
I could be on your team. I got relentless grit. Sting me, bee. I don't care. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Go, go, go.
So you don't want to be extreme in anything that you do. But so that's just not him. That's us, and we got to be able to spread the ball around the field. I know some of the times last year, we were all chasing big plays because we know how important explosive plays are to the offense. But explosive plays have to come to you. You can't just chase them, and that was a result of all of us, and we're all getting better.
Jason Kelce's not here. Let's just start with the locker thing. Is that true? Lane Johnson told me he has a locker space in your coach's locker room. Is that true?
Yeah,
What is that? What do you mean? You just allow a?
Well, I have my own locker. I guess my locker's in my office, so I don't go down there a lot.
What is his? Does he have a label on this locker room? What is in there? He just shows up.
The goat, like the goat. Yeah, no, he's in here all the time. Whether he's working out, whether he's talking to the coaches, whether he's.
Would you create a space for him on your coaching staff?
Jason Kelce can have a space on anything he wants to do on this football team. I love him. Will greatly miss him. I'm excited for the guys' opportunities that get opportunities without him here. But man, I can't say enough good things about how much he meant to me as a coach. And we all feel that way about. We love him. We love Jason Kelce. So
it's not just the energy though, Nick. He's got this is a whole. You can't fill. He was able to do something no one can do. You just called him the GOAT. How do you do it?
Yeah, and it's like when somebody goes down in the year, it's not just, hey, it's as simple as this guy takes his spot, right? It's a group effort, right, of the leadership, right? And I've seen, let's talk about Jason Kelce, the leader, and how good of a leader he was and getting everybody on the same page and motivating. I see Landon Dickerson doing a great job of leading.
Great.
And Jordan Mailata doing an unbelievable job of leading, and Lane continuing to do a good job of leading. Cam Jurgens has really stepped up in his leadership style, and that's 4 guys on the offensive line that have sat there with Jason. Like, I said this to our local media yesterday, like what Cam, let's talk about Cam. He got to learn from one of the best ever to do it, the best, in my opinion, ever to do it at that position. You don't think he's ready for that, right? And so, I think to myself, man, I'd love to have Andy Reid sitting here with me, and I get to learn under him for 2 years before I take over, or Bill Belichick, or Bill Walsh, or Dick Vermeil. I'd love, obviously get opportunity to talk to Dick Vermeil and bounce things off him.
Very cool.
I'd love that, and Cam got that, and so, but it's not just going to be one guy; it's going to be all those guys, and I've really seen them really leading in a good, positive way and filling that void.
It'll be fun to see Lane going in 12th, 13th year take on a more vocal role, because it was always Kelce at the podium. Lane sort of sits back and does his thing, but I think he's got it in him. I think he knows he's got another level to him at this point to do that. I want to ask you, your PR. I feel like your PR team has it too easy. They're drinking coffee, hanging out. Now you have Charles. I can't say it. CJGJ back in the building. He was beefing with people on Twitter last night. Did you see any of this? Are you privy to any of this?
I didn't see any of this. Who was he beefing
I don't
with?
know, because it's about video games. Okay, he was upset with being left off the top 10 safeties in Madden last night.
Okay.
He was on Twitter late night.
Okay.
Tyrann Mathieu going after him, Kevin Byard, and he was saying that Byard couldn't live up to the hype and all this. How much did you miss that edge, be honest?
Yeah, I encourage our guys to be themselves, right? Within while also keeping the team rules of keeping in-house business in-house, while sticking up for everybody in the building. Like I love Chauncey. I love Chauncey. I don't call him CJ, GJ. I go by the first name.
Clearly I shouldn't.
I love him, and I love his energy out there on the football field.
Did you miss his edge, though? Like, when I think of Philly, I'm like, let's go! And I feel like, is that for you right now?
Of course I missed him.
Yeah.
Chauncey and I got to be close in 2022, and I really and anytime you lose guys that you're close to, or anytime you lose guys that are productive, is that you're going to miss them, and you're going to miss the things about them. And so I'm so happy to have him back. I mean, I'll have to talk to him about
no,
a little bit of this.
Please don't. You cannot. You have to let him be himself, Coach Sirianni.
You know what? And he brings so much energy to the practice field. He brings so much. He brings that toughness. That's what we're built on, our toughness, and he brings that. And I'm excited that he's back. And
so are you, bringing the toughness, the excitement, the relentlessness to this Eagles team in 2024. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thanks for
having me.
We'll
be right back after this. Brandon Graham. I need to drink more coffee. It'll be a Brandon Graham coming on the show. Do not go anywhere. Reporting not live from Philly Eagles camp, I'm here next to a beloved Eagle, a legend, a Super Bowl champion, and a guy who's going to play another 5 years.
Well, you know what? As a player, if we win it all, I might have to run it back. But the next 5 years, it could be, on the other side, being a coach.
What are you talking about? Usually when you win, you leave. You could have sacked the shit out of Brady and then said, I'm done. What else do I... You don't come back after you win.
Right. You're right. You usually leave on top, but since you're talking me staying 5 years, I'm trying to meet you halfway.
I know Kelsey has a locker here in the coach's room. I know he's free to come back and coach whenever he wants.
Yep.
Who's going to coach for the Eagles quicker? Who's going to be the first coach, you or him?
Well, you know what? He killing the media space right now. So if anything, I'm going to try it out here, but then, see how it go. So it might be me first.
It'll be you first.
Yeah, because, Fletch and those guys was out here today. And I don't think Fletch comfortable where he is right now. Yeah,
why do you
say
feeling
that?
Good
because Fletch looking skinny, looking good.
I heard.
I know for him, I thought he was gonna be the one to come out and be like, "Forget this, I miss it." But I believe him. He enjoying life. He got other things he got going on, and if anything, like you said, I'm gonna have stuff going on, but there's gonna be stuff going on here.
Players usually don't come out and say this is going to be my last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's very Jeterish. It's very rare.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like that you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm imagining like when I'm in a workout class and it's the last minute and they're like 1 minute left and I'm like, okay, I got this, and I give it the extra.
Mm-hmm.
How do you describe what every moment, even training camp, even preseason, what every moment's going to do to a BG that knows it's over?
That's a good comparison for real, because everything now, even now, you caught me and it's an hour after practice. Usually I be in there already dressed, dodging y'all for real, but you appreciate it a little more, being the first time in pads for me. This is the first day in pads, my last one, and you can't get this time back, so you really, now that I announced it, you can really make sure that you enjoy every little bit of it.
Which game this year was going to mean the most?
You know what, the last one. It's the one that, if we hold that trophy, that's going to be the main one. You know what I'm saying? But if I had to say, anytime we play Dallas, it's going to be one I remember.
You're going to miss those.
I'm going to miss them. I'm going to miss those days. So we got to make sure we get both of them this year.
You keep saying, I've been with you for 12 minutes. You've said Super Bowl 19 times. Mm-hmm. What is it about this team that's making you say that?
You just got to claim it. Then on top of that, I believe the dream that they selling right now. The defense looking good, offense coming together really nicely. We got players. It's just all about us making that choice every day, because the grind of it. Everybody is pretty much, it's a tight league. You could say you think you're going to beat somebody because of how they lost. It's a week-to-week league, and you can be beat. Everybody can if you're not on your stuff. So I think with us, it's just about us staying focused, executing, and making sure you're having fun, because you can definitely see when teams having fun out there, the work becomes more, detailed, because everybody's, believing in the dream. So that's what got me confident, because, I know Nick is really on all the little details, and, he called people out. He's not scared to call other guys out, and I can respect that, because sometimes that can slip through the cracks, and that's the one that get us beat in the end. So that's why I'm saying that. But we got to make sure we carry it out by what we do every day.
Your vocal leadership has always been a staple of the Brandon Graham experience. You're going to have to do that even more now without Kels. You're going to do it even more now without Fletcher. I think Lane's going to step it up a little bit and be more of a vocal leader. Do you agree? That's what
I was just about to say. You got guys that's going to surprise you, because now, like I tell the young boys, hey, this y'all team. Not Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. If this for y'all for the taking, y'all, it start up front. The offensive line, defensive line, whoever, a Landon, you got a Jordan Mailata who going to be here a while. So them guys need to step it up, because, they see what it's like. They see what it took for us to get there, but we got to finish the deal. Everybody felt that 2022 loss. Halftime, we was feeling good. But by the end of the game, we didn't finish it. And that stung. And for me, I want to get back to that. I want to get to that point again. And I know we got to finish that job. And I think with all the guys that we got on this team that felt that, you have no excuse as far as, you know what it takes. Now we got to decide to do it.
Coach kept saying relentless. You keep saying finish. And I think finish is the word for this team this year.
Yeah, but like you say, you got to be relentless. You got to go.
Yeah.
You got to choose to do it. And I think that's where Coach going with that. And on top of that, when you choose to do it, you usually end up on the right side of things.
Devonta Smith, I said something about Coach. He goes, Nick? You guys call Coach Sirianni Nick?
Yeah. I know. Hey, you know what? Hey, that's the relationship you got when you connect. When you connect with people, you call them by their first name or whatever kind of name. Nick, Coach Sirianni, Siri.
But then
hey,
it's
Siri.
like Nick, Vic. Don't you get them mixed up then? Because you got Fangio on this team now.
Well, Vic is definitely one of those.
You call him Coach, don't you?
Hey, what up, Coach? Because most of the time, hey, no nonsense, just straight up ball. Which is cool too, because I had that with Swartz, but eventually he got lighter. When we started really doing good, so it was cool. When we won that Super Bowl, that was the loosest I seen Coach, because I knew, he put a lot into it, and I see the same from Vic.
If I was power ranking scary coaches, Schwartz is at the top of my list.
Oh, yeah.
He's so scary.
Hey, he's serious.
He's so scary. But wait, I had Darius Slay was sitting here, and I said, "Tell me about Coach Fangio," and he goes, "Chill." What did he say? Chill, cool, chill. Yeah. I'm like, what do you mean?
Like, you really don't see him yelling. It's more like
people think that.
But he call you out about the details. Then he wants you to work. If anything, we meet as a defense. Hey, this that's when you hear him. But he ain't had a rah-rah speech. He just more about, this is what you got to do. These 4 little details right here. You do this, we gonna be in good shape. And I can take that all day. We ain't gotta be friends, but I promise you we gonna have a good work relationship, and that's him.
Last one for you. I want a couple more. Eagles Autism Challenge, near and dear to your heart. You're talking. I like that you're talking about this, passing the torch, because the Kelseys are super involved.
Yep.
You're super involved. That's the kind of thing. When I think of the Eagles, that's what this place stands for. It's integrity. It's community. It's people wanting to move to Philadelphia or right outside and be part of the community. Tell me about the Eagles Autism Challenge.
Well, it starts at the top. You see. You learn about the organization, about what the owner exposed you to. It's, this has been something he's been doing because his brother, he goes through it. And you want to make sure that you be there for your boss. On top of that, it's near and dear because you meet certain people over the years that I've met and seen at all my stuff that I go to. And, it just be cool because I know that they feel the connection of just me being in that, and it just takes them out of whatever it is that they going through, because we in a role model position, no matter if you a role model or not. You got to know that people look up to us, and people definitely want to hear what we got to say. So I'm always, making sure that I'm thinking before I talk, and then in moments that I feel something on my heart, I try to say it other than just hold back, because you never know what somebody going through, and I never assume. And if something come over me, most of the time I act on it. So that's what I've learned as a vet now. You better not wait, because you don't know how many years you got, and you don't know how long, or you don't know what you can help somebody with, in the moments that you might see them. So. And
they've raised $22 million.
And they made big money. Every year.
But that's because of you. And I will say, BG, you were this is a hard-ass camp. This conditioning, was this your hardest camp ever?
Nah.
No.
I ain't gonna say. I mean, it's a good one, but Coach Reed, I had the real 2 days, 2 hours, 30 minutes.
How does this come?
Up at
People
Lehigh.
are saying this is so. We got Becton out there puking his guts out. What do you want to say about this camp versus the Reed camp?
Hey,
Youngins.
if he puking right now, boy, he definitely would have puked the first couple of days with Coach Reed, but. It was just different.
Yeah.
I got 1 year of it when I came in 2010. Then the lockout happened in 2011.
Are you in that locker room telling these stories like I had it way worse than you?
Oh yeah. They call me the old head. I don't dye my grays. I let them know that's wisdom when I'm out there whooping on them. You know what I'm saying? But it is fun. This year, I mean, I could play a couple more years because of how practices are.
Hold on.
I ain't saying it like that, but I'm saying
clip it, send it out. No, I don't need to hear anything else. I could play a couple more years. Tell me more.
Hey, well, you know what? The way we practice now, I mean, we practice hard for sure, but it's not the wear and tear that you used to. Like, you had to really prove that you love football back then, and you got to love it even now, but it's way different.
And you do, and you're the best part of the community. They raise so much money. I just saw you. There was a group of like 17 teenage girls just chasing you down to get your whatever you would give them, and you stopped. I watched you. You stopped. I mean, this is a man who just went through maybe not a crazy camp, but a tough camp day.
It was tough
First
day.
pads.
Yep.
First day in pads, and you stopped and you gave them everything that you could, which is why you're amazing, and you're going to make sure that this organization stays that way. And I love my question for when you're a coach: are you going to let the youngins call you Brandon, or are you going to demand the coach?
You know what? It's going to take me some years, but eventually, coach. Whatever else they want to call me, Coach BG or Coach whatever, but that connection you got to have with them in order for them to respect you. So, I mean, they're going to respect the game, but it's nothing like, you got to get that respect as a coach too.
All I heard is that you're playing a couple more years. I'm really glad we could figure this out. Howie, you're welcome. Send me an edible arrangement, a fruit basket. I did your work for you. We'll be back right here on Up and Adams. I just kicked my next guest, Darius Slay. He is here with me at Philly camp. We have a nice wind, a nice breeze.
Yes.
You still got the sweat going on. How exhausting was camp out there today?
It was good, man. Good weather, though, but that's what's keeping me not sweating too crazy because it ain't hot. I'm living in Houston. It's very hot there. So 10 seconds out the door, you're sweating. So I'm loving this weather.
I got to tell you something. We had Kelsey leave. We had Fletch leave. I'm hearing like BG's doing this like Jeter world tour. I can't have you leave. If you leave, if you start, it's all over for me.
Oh, man. Nah, you got some new guys coming up, man.
What's
guys.
this talk about you hanging it up?
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Nah, you never know, man. But I'm just taking it day by day. I done did enough in this league to say if I wanted to, I could, but we'll see how I go.
You have some of the OGs. They've moved on. You've got younger guys. You have a guy in Gardner Johnson who probably keeps you on your toes and keeps you young, huh?
Oh, yeah. He stayed with a lot of energy. Great player, man. Got us to go fly around and make plays. And, you go hear him. So that's one thing about Chauncey. He's got us just go be heard for sure.
I like that energy that he'll bring to this defense in games this year. He was left off a list on Madden as far as top 10 safeties. I'm sure this is not the first time you're hearing that information. Is he a top 10 safety? Why don't you let us know?
Oh, yeah, man. He's one of the best ones in the game right now. Of course, he ain't play as that much last year because he was injured. But, he's for sure he's a very talented guy. A guy that could go track the ball, but them guys too are good on that list too as well though. So there's I can feel him as his opinion, that's his opinion. But like I say, I feel like he is one of the top guys in the safety rooms. But them guys are great too.
Yeah, we love it. There's a bit of a battle for corner opposite you. How's that going?
It's going great. It's a battle for every spot. It's never nobody's spot. Never just out here just everybody's spot for taking. So we all out here competing, and my job is make sure we all competing at a high level and continue to keep mentoring each and one of these young guys because, like I said, we all competing. So.
Speaking of, people who are veteran, like in their worlds, some of these other players, but Vic Fangio too. Yeah. Vic Fangio leaves Miami. I'm hearing all this nonsense. They don't want him there. I love Vic Fangio. Big fan. What's different with him calling the shots here on D?
He just, to me, he's been a, cool guy. Just been, chill, just give us our assignment.
I'm sorry, cool guy and chill are two words I did not think that you would say about Vic Fangio.
Well, because like I said, a lot of guys went through it with it during the season. All of it just, we in camp right now, and I did a little bit of OTAs, and I ain't want to hear all OTAs either, so I'll be with my family. So I got a great perspective of him because it's just like, he just coaches up. I just go out there, try my best to execute what he want done, and then, if I don't, he come in and coach me, and we're on to the next.
Is he I'm sort of fascinated with this, the idea that Bill Belichick no longer has a job. It's like, oh, we need to relate to younger and younger players and be progressive for the next generation. Is there room for a hard-headed coach like Vic Fangio can be in this NFL?
Yeah, it's room. A lot of guys need that, because, like, we was like, I ain't going to say, like, we just like order. Like, man, we kind of like order, like to be, I ain't going to say demanding, but more like, structure. So, and this game is chasing perfection. If a coach got a perfection in his mind and he wants his job to look perfection, and we the guys that got to make it perfection, so we want to be perfected. So we want to be
perfect.
Great.
Would you use the word perfect to describe Cooper DeJean's performance on the rookie stage?
Oh,
Darius,
man.
this is why I'm here. I came all this way to talk about this very thing.
Coop kind of he had it going for a second, then he kind of turned it down. He got to I told you.
What do you mean? What did it tell?
You know what I'm saying? He got to get the crowd involved. He didn't get the crowd involved. Then he got to he already had the hoodie on. He should have did it. Had the hoodie, had the little stare down like how Eminem had it.
Who leaked the footage? That's what I want to know.
Well, I don't know who did that. Everybody records about the rookie. We all do it. So I don't know who did, but I got told him he got to work on it. He got to do it over though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do it over. You represent the DB.
I want to go back to this thing about you saying, oh, we'll see what. Are we joking about, you had a Pro Bowl, you were a Pro Bowler just last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like you got a long time to go here.
Yeah, I technically could do, but, shoot, we can lead the game on your own terms. That's the way better feeling, So.
Yeah. Are you learning anything from this, watching this sort of go down this, veteran class, and now you have the young guys? Like, where do you find yourself? More of a leader? Is it a different role you have now?
Well, I always see myself as a leader, definitely since I've been, older, as in well. Yeah, man, that's all. I just try to do right by people. So it really ain't got nothing to me just being a leader, nothing. I just try to treat everybody with respect, treat everybody the same, trying to give everybody the tools or whatever I have to help anybody be great. So that's what it really is with me. So it's really just our leader role changed, but it's just more like I've been doing this since a rook. And if I knew something that older guy knew that he want to ask me, I give him the same advice. So I'm just a good, calm person. That's really what it is.
Yeah. How's Jalen? The accuracy.
Oh, he's doing
the leadership.
His thing.
Yeah, your coach is saying it is unbelievable right now.
Yeah, he's doing his thing, man. Definitely with evolving a new offense, and definitely more like a, they mixing with Kellen more. Like I've been with Kellen, so I know he's more of a pro stylish, and then with so to combine these two together, two offensive minds together, these great minds, is great to see him adjust and being very accurate and doing what he's doing.
I've never met Kellen. What's his entire?
Oh, he's cool, man.
Yeah?
I played with him too, so that would make me even feel more older because I played with him in Detroit. So it's like, dang, we was on teams together. Now you're like, I don't want to call you Coach Kelly. Like I played with you.
What do you call him?
Kelly.
You do?
I can't call him Coach. Like it's like what, man? You know what I'm saying?
What can we expect? I'm seeing tight end friendly, and I'm seeing, what do you think?
We see everything, because we very versatile. Got guys that can really do it all. Like I said, we could be in 12, 11 because of the fact that Saquon can go out there and run routes too.
Yeah.
Then you got, we got one of the best tight ends in Dallas. So, so he can run like he a receiver. So we can make everything look different. So it could be hard for defenses to match the packages.
Saquon a perfect fit?
Oh, man, he's an amazing fit. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's pretty effusive.
Yeah, because, I was tired of tackling him in New York. So I'm so glad he's over here.
What's it like to tackle Saquon Barkley?
Man, it was hard. You know what I'm saying? I was just telling, please don't run this way. And the good thing at that time in my career, I was a travel corner, so it's like they never make the number one receiver kind of block a lot. So I never had to really have to crack replace on him a lot that much. But today I did, and Jesus, it hurt in practice.
Well, how bad did it hurt?
A little bit, you know what I'm saying? This is our first day in pass, made real true contact. I'm like, oh my goodness, we got on pass for real today. It's just a reminder that we got pass on.
I'm so excited about that. You mentioned Detroit. You mentioned how you were with Kelly, as you call him, Kelly, Kellen there. Okay,
I'm like
sure.
Kelly.
You guys, we faced them last year. You won. You face them again this year. We're talking about the Rams. You spent 7 years there going up against Matthew Stafford.
Yeah,
you did not
boy.
get a pick in that game.
Whoa, almost.
Tell me, almost.
Almost.
What would that be like?
Let's
manifest it.
It will be amazing. Staff, if you watching this, I know how you is when guys say they want you to throw the pick. You attack them guys. But, hey, you attack me too much, I'm going to catch a pick. You know this. I love you, though, Staff. You're my boy.
I don't know when that game is.
I don't know either, but I'm looking forward to it.
I don't know either, but I'm looking forward to it. All right, well, we appreciate it, Darius. You were like a made man, just living your life here at Eagles camp, and we appreciate the time.
Oh, thank you.
Looking forward to another Pro Bowl season.
Oh, yeah, of
Maybe
course.
an All-Pro season.
It is going to be one.
Maybe I'll see you in New Orleans. We'll be back right after this. Okay, I'm here with Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown back there. You two are inseparable. What's the secret behind your friendship?
I think it's just two guys, that's very similar in the things that we do, on the field, off the field. Kind of always with each other, always talking, whether it's about football or life.
You even signed, you signed your extensions, your contracts like 10 days apart. Y'all showed up on Up and Adams together, making me laugh. Like, you obviously spend a lot of time together. What do y'all argue about? These days are long at camp.
I don't think it's no arguments going on, It may be some things on the field that we don't see the same and things like that, but it's no argument or nothing like that. It's just two guys, wanting each other to be better.
I'm hearing a lot about how intense these camps are. You were out there today. How was it?
First day of pass, you know how it is when first day of pass. Everybody want to hit each other. So.
You know what? I know this might surprise you, but I don't know how it is first day of pass. I've never played Devonta. Tell me how it is out there.
Just a lot of hitting. Guys want to go out there and just run into each other.
Yeah. Who was running into you that you didn't like?
Nobody ran into me. Good. That's a good thing.
And that's amazing. I want to congratulate you on that extension. I'm sorry. I should have done that before. Congrats.
Appreciate it.
I feel like a lot of wide receivers, how do I say this, would have gone somewhere they would eat all the targets. It'd all be theirs. There's mouths to feed here. You have to share the looks, the ball. Why Philly?
This place, brought me in. They believed in me from day one. So why not? Why go somewhere else when, this building, I feel it's a lot of love in this city, a lot of love in the building. I love the coaches, love everybody that's in this building. So why would I go somewhere else? There's
a noticeable difference, I'm sure. There's missing pieces. Kelsey's gone. Saquon's in the building. I mentioned him to Howie, and he just lit up. What does he bring to this offense, in your opinion, from the way you see it? Just you.
I would say the diversity at the running back position. Not just handing the ball off to him, but him going out, catching passes and things like that. Standing there and blocking and things like that. He brings a lot of diversity to the running back position.
Yeah, I've heard Jalen's, I didn't get to see him because he was in the golf cart, but I heard he's faster this year. Do you agree?
Yeah, looks a lot faster.
He looks faster. So I have to ask the question, would you beat him if you guys were racing straight up?
100%.
Like you would smoke him?
Yes, 100%.
Wow, I guess he's got to keep that work going. Which corner do you like that's battling for the opposite spot? Who's in the lead right now? Everything can change.
It's a lot of guys out there. Every day it feels like it's a different guy out there. I think right now, they're experimenting. They're putting different guys out there, putting different guys in different positions, which is good to have a lot of guys that can play, different spots. So, every day I see somebody different.
Mitchell?
Yeah, I've seen him. I've seen Keely. I've seen Isaiah.
What are you seeing in Mitchell? I know what I'm hearing. I know what reporters are writing. What's the best thing he does?
I would say, like I said, him just being able to play all over. He's been outside. He's been at nickel. So him just being able to be diverse, I think that helps out a lot of people when you can go and play multiple positions.
Your coach keeps using this word relentless. I said, is that your word for the season? He said, yes. So, yeah, why not? I talked him into it, but he was like, sure. What's your word for this season?
I have to agree with him. Just being relentless in everything that you do. Not backing down, making sure that you're finishing, no matter how hard things get, making sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Here with Dallas Goedert, who's, is this true, 7 seasons?
7 seasons. It's going quick.
7 seasons. You got you got some wisdom here.
A couple grays popping through.
Brandon Graham just called that wisdom.
Yeah, must be coming fast. Hopefully I get more and more if it's wisdom.
Let's do the hand size check here. You're unbelievable. This is so stupid. Are we seeing this?
They definitely help. They've got to have big hands to catch.
You can catch. You block your ass off, though, too.
I try.
How do you not bark for the ball more? Because I would.
I've been lucky enough to play for a lot of winning teams, and when we're winning, it just makes it a lot easier. I enjoy spending time with the O-linemen. They're all great. They're a lot of fun, and once you stick your head in there and start blocking, you gain their respect so fast. Same thing, I try to whoop BG every time I can. I've been trying to get him to retire for the last few years, but I must not be beating him enough to do that yet. So this is going to be the year. I know that.
All these guys are leaving. That's like the theme, but I'm like, there's new guys.
Yeah, we got people
guys
coming in. We had a great off season, getting Saquon. I'm really excited to see what he can do in an Eagles jersey.
Time out. What is this Saquon face? We're gonna make a mashup of every player I brought up Saquon to, and their face just all of a sudden goes, like you have some secret. What is the secret?
Man, he's a special player. We've been able to see him twice a year, every year. Going against him, you know, I remember him running down the sideline, giving the peace sign as he scores a touchdown. So I'm excited for him to do that for us. You know, it's a little bit. It just feels surreal having a running back like that. You know, he's going to be able to change the game so much for us, being a true 3-down back, being able to do everything. And, you know, ever since he stepped in the building, he's a guy that it kind of feels like you've known him your whole life. He's got that great personality, a really relatable guy. And, you know, it'll make me block that much harder for someone like that.
I cannot wait to see what this looks like. It really does feel like a bit of a secret. Darius Slay told me that no one's more excited than him because he had to tackle him in practice today, and it sucked. And having to go after him during those divisional games was insane.
Yeah, he is. He's a true difference maker. You know, it's. I mean, he was the team at New York. They handed him the ball and let him go, and I saw him make a lot of our defenders miss. So I'm glad they get to work on it in practice, and then the other teams have to have that struggle.
Jalen threw the ball downfield more than any other I did the math. More than any other quarterback last year. Now, Coach Sirianni sat with me and said, we're definitely going to change. We're changing things. We're going to, more short. He said short pass game, and I thought, dun dun dun, Dallas Goedert.
Yep.
How excited are you about that?
I'm really excited. You know, early in my career, I caught a lot of short stick routes, over the balls, things like that. And you know, I still love running the deep routes, getting the deep crosses, the corner routes, things like that. But anytime you can get easy touches, and you know, I like. Getting the ball in my hands and being able to run over defenders, use the physicality that way. So the short pass game is going to be really big for our offense, and it's just going to open up the down the field throws that Jalen is so good at.
I heard the D-line. I hate to bring this up. I heard they got after y'all yesterday. Is that true?
You know, we got a really good D-line. We got some young players that I think are going to take really big jumps. Jalen Carter, he's been special ever since he got here. But just seeing what he does in practice, you know, I had to block him today, and, man, I was sweating the whole time. I think I did an all right job, as good as I could have done. Him and Jordan Davis in the middle, they're two special players that I'm really excited to see take that next step, and hopefully they become a really big problem for opposing teams, the quarterbacks, things like that. They're going to get after them. But it just makes us better, you know, being able to go against them every day in practice. It's a challenge. They make us work, make sure we're on our details and fundamentals, and you know, same thing. If we can make them better too, it'll just help the team so much.
Jalen Hurts, saw him, drove by with Big Dom. It was very casual. Loved seeing him. How have you worked on developing your personal sort of relationship and chemistry with him over the offseason?
Yeah, so probably the biggest thing, I went down to Houston, spent some time with him at his, we threw at his high school. He took me to all the great food spots in Houston, which, I mean, they're unbelievable. They got some great food down there, and it was just kind of fun to see him outside. Anytime you get to spend time with him outside the building, he has a little bit less stress on him, and you can just be a little bit more relatable. You know, he's just kind of more himself in the building. He's got the whole weight of the organization on him as a quarterback. So when you spend time out with him, you talk to him, you have better conversations, you joke around a little bit more, and I feel like that goes a long ways once it comes time to be in the season.
I think it matters. All great quarterbacks have that relationship. How does that work? Is it I don't through agents? Is it like who invited who? How does that work?
Yeah, you know, we were just texting back and forth in the summer, and like, I just asked him what he was doing, and he asked me to come down there, and you know, he just kind of hooks it up. He has everything planned. He just tells me where to be, when to be there, and show up, and pretty much whatever he needs, I'm going to do. You know, you want to be a quarterback's best friend, so anytime he gets pressure, anytime he's nervous, you know, we got great receivers that he can lean on too, but I want to be that guy that if he needs an outlet, I can always be there for him.
I love that. Where did he take you to eat in Houston? I have to ask.
Oh, man, we went to a really good steak spot. I can't remember if it was – it wasn't Steak 48, but it was really good. And then he took me to his favorite Mexican spot, and we had just the best.
Papacitos? No.
Yes.
You went to Papacitos in Houston. I love that.
Yes, and it was delicious. I definitely gained a little bit of weight when I was down there.
It was just you and him?
It was me and him, John Ross,
awesome.
And then two rookies that were down there as well, Anaya Smith and Johnny Wilson. So it was cool to just be able to kind of talk to them about the offense, things that they can do a little bit better, and try to kind of lead them in the right direction so they could hit camp running like they have.
John Ross Speedster, John Ross?
John Ross Speedster,
Is that how
man.
Jalen Hurts got his speed up this year?
I think so. I think they were racing a little bit down there. And
What do you mean? You think or you know?
Well, they were racing a little bit, but it wasn't much of a race because John Ross I think he can beat pretty much anybody in the league. That dude still got wheels, and anytime he takes the top off, it's fun to watch because it's so effortlessly watching him run.
Amazing. Good luck this year. I'm very excited to see what this offense looks like under Kellen Moore. Sounds like you and Jalen are on the same page. Everyone, the whole offense on the same page. And somehow nobody's crying for targets. I'm here to look for drama. I'm here to pick apart this situation. None of y'all are diva receivers?
Hey, they're not too bad. The thing is, when they get going, they'll say, give me the ball, and then you watch their routes, and it's like, man, just give them the ball. Spitty and AJ, the Slim Reaper, he's kind of like a ghost. He just always open, and then AJ, they call him 7-Eleven. He's got it on his sign. He's always open. So that's the best part about this team is we got so many weapons, and it might not be your game this week, but it could be next week. So you just always got to stay ready because you never know when the time's going to come.
Did you boo Cooper DeJean?
Did I boo him?
Mm-hmm.
No, I was cheering for him. When he was singing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I booed him.
When else was he booed? What's going on?
I didn't know. I was confused. But yeah, I definitely booed him. He's going to come back, and I think he's been practicing in the hotel, so his performance better be better the second time. We'll get him back again.
Last one for you. I've heard finish and I've heard relentless. You can't use those two words. What is your word for the 2024 season?
I would say dominate. I want to dominate every play, win every rep. So that's what it is for me. And hopefully the offense can do that all year long.
And it all starts with wearing a hoodie in 110-degree weather. This is Dallas Goedert. This is Up and Adams. We'll be right back. Okay, look who stopped by. GM of the Eagles, Howie Roseman, is here. It's great to see you.
It's great to see
I
you.
like our sunglass vibe.
I feel like I feel like it's a very calm introduction. It's very laid back, very non-Philly introduction.
It's the opposite of your head coach's conditioning camps, as I understand it.
Yeah, well, we got to finish better, that's for sure. And I know that Coach has made that a priority. He's done a tremendous job of our starts, and obviously 2022 didn't finish the way we wanted to, and last year didn't finish the way we wanted to. So I think for us, it's kind of that kind of chip on our shoulder, and it starts with the off-season program and then going into training camp.
Who holds him back? I feel like left to his own devices, that man would be having these guys dragging semi-trucks with their teeth across this parking lot. Who reels him in?
I think one of the misperceptions of Nick is how great of a listener he is. He wants all the information. He wants to understand what's been successful. He knows that in 2022 we played the Super Bowl with 22 of our starters from training camp, which is really hard to do, especially when you're sitting here. It's not even August. And so that's never a problem with him. As long as you have the conversations with him, he's a great listener and he wants to make the right decisions for our team.
How's your relationship? How would you describe it at this point in time? You've been through wins, losses, big moments, adversity.
Yeah, I feel like Nick's one of these guys that if we weren't doing this together, we'd be friends off the field no matter what. We got a lot of the same interests. We see the game very similarly. And at the same time, obviously, when you're in these positions, my job is to make sure not only that we have the best team possible this year, but going forward. And his goal is to maximize every day, every moment. And that's really the head coach GM in every city. I mean, you have two different responsibilities, but I feel really fortunate to work with him and the energy that he has and the chemistry that we have.
Let's get to Jason Kelce. I just want to know, when did you start thinking about how the hell you were going to replace him? When? How long ago?
You don't ever replace Jason Kelce.
I'm not saying, but when did you start thinking about this insane thing that was going to come across your desk and be like, well, I got to deal with this now? When did you really start? Be honest.
Yeah, in the 2022 draft, when we drafted Cam Jurgens, and he told me that he was coming back. I could picture him in my office telling me that, and I told him that we were going to draft the center high. And, he said to me, we have a good team, and do you want to take, a first, second, third round pick when I'm playing? And I think from my perspective, and I'm not telling you I'm right, but from my perspective, you could either hear about the ghost of Jason Kelce and hear about all his habits and hear about how he prepared for games and how he played in games and how he was after games, or you can learn seeing him do it. And I said, the benefit of us having somebody in the building who gets to see you do it as opposed to hearing about how you do it is going to help that person have hopefully a 10-year career. And Cam didn't play much in 2022. Last year he got great experience at guard, but I know that he understands what the standard is to be a Pro Bowl, All-Pro center in person, because that Jason's both those things. And so I never regretted kind of doing that, even though maybe at the moment could have used something more. And I know just talking to Cam, he's so appreciative that he had the opportunity to play alongside Jason.
That is a beautiful thing, and obviously an impossible hole to fill. He's around here. Is he here today?
He's not here today.
Are you lying to me?
I think if you follow Philadelphia Eagles social media, Instagram, he's in Paris, France at the Olympics.
Sure he is.
And Jason could come around whenever he wants.
Would he be a great coach? How good of a freaking coach would he be?
I think Jason would be great at anything in football. I think he'd be a heck of an evaluator. I try to recruit him to come work for me too, because he can evaluate players.
Are you joking?
No, I'm not joking. When we were in that draft, I gave him a few centers that we really liked, and he came out and said, "I love Cam Jurgens." And luckily, I only give him the players that I like, so he can't like someone else and then get an argument with them.
Do you like cookie dough or do you like Oreo? Which one? You like
only
them both?
great options for him.
You're a wizard. There's a salary cap.
Your
How do you keep doing
your
this?
handwriting
Can I see that?
is half awful.
This is Hamilton. Hamilton, come in here. This is ridiculous.
Great show.
He is a wizard. There's a salary cap. How do you keep doing this?
Well, you know what? We got great people running that on a day-to-day basis. I keep coming to them and saying, how do we get great players? How do we fit these guys? And I think that the good news for us going forward is we still got a lot of picks, and I love the draft. I love that we have at least another second-day pick next year and the year after, and having we got a lot of young players on defense, and I'm really excited about it. I don't know if you got a chance to see some of them today. But they're really early part of camp. They're standing out, and that's going to be kind of this challenge right here. Making sure that our new players, our young players, play at the high level, because we have a lot of players under contract. I think every one of our starters on offense, or most of our starters on offense, are all under contract for the next 2 years. So there's an opportunity on defense for leadership for young players to kind of step out and kind of be the next generation.
You have Jalen. He's happy. He's paid. You've got these two receivers that seemingly aren't like killing each other for targets. Then you have a Dallas Goedert. It's like, I like blocking. And then you bring in Saquon and somehow can manage paying this man as well. It is a wizard thing. I don't know how you do, but now let's get to business here. How are we solving the Brandon Graham problem? Because I'm not letting him retire. I don't know what this Jeter shit is, Howie, but it's got to stop.
Well, okay, here's the thing. My first pick as a GM, Brandon Graham. So this guy and the two of us kind of been through it together. Great times, some adversity. So I don't know what I'm going to do without him. Talk about losing Kelsey, losing Fletch, too. All these guys. We really had this four-headed monster with Lane. Of Eagles Hall of Famers, I think, at least 3 of them have a chance to go to the NFL Hall of Fame, not slighting BG in any way. But they live here. They've kind of developed their life around Philly, which to me, when you bring people to this area and then they develop their life around here, that's special too. So I don't think he's going to go far, but the beautiful thing would for him to be ending it the right way, and I'll do whatever I can to help him on that.
He's got to sack Stafford. He's never sacked him. I read it.
Really?
He's like the only quarterback he's never sacked.
We're coming to LA.
He's got a chance this year. Maybe I'll see you in LA.
Right.
I will say, what's your favorite thing about this team you've built, Howie? Last question.
Yeah, I think the way that they're connecting, the chemistry that we have with talented players. I think we're trying to figure out our identity, which comes through training camp. My favorite thing about this team is when I walk off the practice field, the whistle blows, everyone gets up, and I get to watch practice like I'm about to do right now.
Okay. There we go. Oh, we're keeping it going.
Whoa,
who do we have? What is going on? Hey, Jalen!
Look at this.
Come say hi.
Look at this.
Come say hi. It's your GM. You're just chilling. How are you?
Hey, Dom. I've never seen you let someone take the wheel.
Oh my God! You were in the shadows, Big Dom. I didn't even realize it was you.
Action, take the wheel.
The real
it's a
star is
thing.
here.
What kind of music? Here we go. It's gonna be an R&B song.
Big Dom, what is that? Watch.
Hey, walk off. We're both walking off. All of us walking off, Kay.
Okay, bye. Okay,